Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Wrestle Talk. I'm your host with the most, Joe Lance. This is my lovely co-host, JB.
What's happening?
Alright. I got a lot to talk about tonight. We're just going to talk about Raw tonight. We're not going to talk, Raw in the pay-per-view. We're not going to talk about TNA or anything like that because so much stuff happened.
That's right.
It was ridiculous. AJ, last night was WWE's Payback pay-per-view, and it's first pay-per-view named Payback. It's brand new, and it was pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah, I liked it. I wonder if they're going to stick with it. You know, they didn't stick with the capital punishment idea, and they replaced Backlash with Payback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. It was a pretty decent pay-per-view, so I look forward to stick around.
It was really good. They had a lot of crazy stuff happened. AJ Lee won the women's the Divas champion over Caitlyn.
Yeah, that was a good match.
That was a good match.
I think that was one of the better Diva matches I've seen in a couple years. Because AJ, she's so flexible that she can just put you in that, what's it called, the Black Widow?
Mm-hmm.
She can put you in the Black Widow out of anywhere, pretty much.
And Caitlyn was crying, and it was just a good match. Then, the main event of the match was Cena against Ryback, the 3 Stages of Hell. Of course, that was because that match was going to take the longest, because it was 3 matches, and it turned out to be a pretty good match.
That was definitely a good match. I didn't think it would be that good. The first stage was the lumberjack match, so they had the lumberjacks surrounding the ring.
Cena won that match. And
I thought when he took that high-risk move off the turnbuckle onto all the lumberjacks, that was awesome. Because he jumped like Sin Cara high. Like, he was up there.
Yeah. Then it ended with Cena giving Ryback the attitude adjustment, not just on top of the ambulance, but through the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty sweet. And of course you have Dolph Ziggler lost his belt to Alberto Del Rio.
I still have a sore spot on my shoulder over that one. But that doesn't mean that he can't win it back, because Money in the Bank's coming up.
Yeah, and he gets his...
Could he win it and then cash in and win it back? I mean,
it could happen. It was, it's the first time in years that they've had a double turn in the match, where Ziggler turned face and Del Rio turned heel again. So.
But I like Del Rio as a heel. He gets the crowd all warmed up, and I like that.
Yes. And then Curtis Axel, he won the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, I saw that one coming, though. I mean, he's a Heyman guy, and he was he trained with The Rock when The Rock came back. So he stepped up his game a lot, and he's shown it in the ring, and I think he's worthy of holding the strap right now.
It was pretty cool how he won, because the Miz had put Wade Barrett in the figure 4, and then he just comes over and just pins him.
Snuck in with the pin, but I thought he was going to win it with the perfect plex, and then he what's-his-face kicked out.
That would have been nice. Of course, the Shield won their match. Right now, the Shield's unstoppable.
Well, they had their first loss last week
on SmackDown.
On SmackDown.
But it just seems like the Shield's just unstoppable.
But they're not losing the straps. I don't see anyone taking the straps from for a while. Kane, I think he might be towards his last run.
Yeah, and I knew that Orton and Daniel Bryan weren't going to be able to last, because they just couldn't get along.
Team RK no.
Okay, no, exactly. So that was pretty much the Payback pay-per-view. But then last night in Raw was just an absolute amazing Raw. Like, it was one of the best Raws that I may have ever seen. Like, it was just so...
I'm going to say, like, top 10 Raws, definitely.
It was so action-packed. I mean, Christian came back last night after being gone for months.
Christian came back and got a win over Wade Barrett. That was a real surprise.
That was a total surprise. Like, nobody even expected him to be back. Like, they didn't say anything about him or anything.
So what do you think they're going to do with him?
I don't know.
Do you think he'll go after Curtis Axel? Because he seems to be like a good guy.
Yeah, I think he's probably pretty much going to go after Curtis Axel probably. And
But what about Zeb Coulter and Antonio Cesaro teaming up?
We called that.
We did call that. I think that is
called
going to
that.
be good for both of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Swagger comes back, I don't know if they're going to be a team or if they're going to just continue in singles competition. Yeah. But Cesaro, man, fighting William Regal. William Regal came back last night too.
It was just an amazing one. Then you had RVD's coming back at Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yes, sir. But is he going to come back as a part-timer like the Legends contract?
That's what I've heard. That he's coming back as a part-timer.
So who's he going to feud with?
I don't know yet. It should be interesting to see who he's going to feud with.
Is he going to be in the Money in the Bank match?
He could be, because that's
if
his
he's
type
in
of
it,
match.
I don't know if Ziggler's going to get the win, but
that's his type of match.
That definitely is his type of match.
And we had Mark Henry. He pulled the wool over everybody's eye.
Oh, that was good.
Like he had everybody believing that he was gonna.
He was cracking jokes, kind of old school Mark Henry, you want to call it. Nice guy Mark Henry.
Cena goes to give him a hug.
I think he might stand a chance on taking the title away from Cena.
It could be. That's the only title he hasn't won yet.
And this might be his last run, for real.
Could be. Could be. And of course, CM Punk fired Paul Heyman at the beginning of Raw.
Yeah.
That was...
I couldn't believe that. Well, I mean, I knew it had to happen eventually, but I didn't know it was going to happen so soon.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely a face turn for CM Punk. Hopefully he shaves. I don't really like the sideburns too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs to grow. I think he's going to grow the long hair back out.
Yeah.
So, Oh, don't forget about Stephanie and AJ.
Yeah, Stephanie and AJ, man.
Stephanie gonna come back to the ring?
She could.
One last run for her. Might as well get it out of your system.
I thought that was great.
I mean, they're still going with the Triple H and Vince McMahon angle, and that's got to come to a head.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe SummerSlam. You think? Because it was really popular for a while, and then I feel like it kind of lost its appeal.
Yeah.
But now it's like they're trying to work harder at making it one of the top 4 pay-per-views of the year. So I think it might be under WrestleMania, or I don't know. What do you think is more important, the Royal Rumble or SummerSlam?
I think that Royal Rumble is more important because the Royal Rumble kind of sets up for WrestleMania. Because the winner of the Royal Rumble wins goes to WrestleMania. If you win at SummerSlam, it's just you win the match. I mean.
Yeah.
So I think that the Royal Rumble is more important than the SummerSlam myself.
Yeah.
But my favorite pay-per-views are the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and WrestleMania. The 4 big ones. Those are the biggest ones.
I like Night of Champions. They could push that a little harder because all the titles are on the line. It's like a night where anything can happen.
Yeah. No, that's like on Sunday, the pay-per-view. Every single one of the titles was on the line. So it was like a...
They should be at the pay-per-views. But not like the United States Championship isn't defended every pay-per-view.
But then, of course, the event of the night was at the main event. Punk beat Del Rio by a countout, and then Brock Lesnar's music hit.
Oh, Brock Lesnar and Punk, man. I told you one of the dream matches was going to come to life, and sure enough, it did.
It was great. I marked out, and I don't usually mark out too much, but I marked out at that.
Yes.
Like, I was flipping out. I was running around the house.
So do you think they're going to, stretch it out, the storyline with that, or they're going to immediately have the match?
I hope that they stretch it out, because I think...
that could be a SummerSlam match, I think.
Yeah, I could see
That's
that
a big match.
I could see that being a SummerSlam match. But maybe Punk gets a shot at the title, and Lesnar cheats him out of it. And
what if Austin cost Punk the match with Brock Lesnar? And then set up for Austin Punk, and then they could have a Brock Lesnar Punk match and have a straight winner.
Wow, that would be good. See, but I don't know if Austin will be able to come back because of his injuries, though. But
he says he wants to do it one more time. You know, they always do. One
yeah,
more time.
One more match. Man, it was just the past 2 days for wrestling has just been amazing.
What's going to happen on SmackDown? I don't know if Brock Lesnar will be on SmackDown, but if he is,
Yeah, that's a good question. But I wonder what could happen on SmackDown. I don't really know.
what about do you watch the JBL and Cole show?
I've never actually seen that, to tell you the truth.
A lot of wrestling fans like skip out on the YouTube channel, you know.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that one.
They put a lot of work into some of those shows, but on the last JBL and Cole show, Cody Rhodes, like they were in a junkyard or something, and JBL pulls out this picture of Dusty Rhodes and starts talking trash on him and stuff. And later on in the show, Cody Rhodes comes up to him and pretty much challenged him to a duel and slapped him in the face with a glove.
Wow.
And JBL has said it's blown over, but if they could work with that and bring JBL back for one more match.
They could. I could see that. I could see, JBL and Cody Rhodes wrestling in the match. Cody Rhodes could be, avenging his father or something. And
what are they gonna do with Team Sandow? You think they should let them get some wins and then give them the title, or at least like who's gonna take it from the Shield? Maybe they'll just get stripped of it.
Exactly. Like I don't see anybody really taking it from the Shield. I think that the Shield is just super, super hot. And
even Vince McMahon, when he's around them, and he's been around them like the last 2 weeks, right? Like he's met up with them backstage in one of the promo segments.
And that's exactly what I think may happen. It may be like a Vince McMahon and the Shield against Triple H and 3 people that he could pick.
Man, if you call that and that happens, dude, I'm buying you a drink.
Because last night, Triple H, he was talking, about how Vicky needs to do something with the Shield, and right before she was getting ready to do something, Vince McMahon came and he's like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" So I'm telling you, that could happen. That would be awesome.
So how long do you think Del Rio's going to keep his ring announcer? I'm not even going to attempt his name right now because I know I'm not going to.
I'm not even really sure.
Because he's been with them as a face and as a heel, and now that he's heel again.
Yeah, it's like.
Because I heard that he wrestles. So are they going to eventually push him and let him?
That would be cool. He gets tired of being treated like crap by Del Rio and just turns on him. And
I still don't understand why they carry the bucket still. I know that was a big show, feud thing, but why doesn't he just drop that whole bucket thing?
Maybe it just worked out and they just decided to just keep it.
Is he going to come out in a real nice car at the pay-per-view, you think?
He could. At the last night, he didn't come out in the car at all. He just came out. I guess it also depends on what arena that they're at, because it has to be big enough for.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another edition of Wrestle Talk. I'm your host with the most, Joe Lance. That's JB, and have a good night.